Everybody, here we are. Welcome to 5-Day. Tonight we are going to do a really special session for all of those that so desire to do a prayer session for ourselves, for ones that we love, for our earth, for our collectives, for all that is our planet, and hopefully that we can do this on a regular basis to align with much of our one heart, and how we can allow ourselves to rise above in the one heart and sending out loving emanations of love and peace and gratitude and harmony for everybody. And so we're going to do clearing. We're going to do some clearing for those that so desire, that feel like they need a little pick-me-up and a clearing of their fields and their bodies, and just to see how we do it in our classes and how we do it in daily self-care. For those of you that are newly awakened, and we're going to do some sounds and tones and some singing just to raise our vibration, and then prayers for our collective and any other channeled information that wants to come through from the beings of the light. And so our intention is today to hold a collective healing and clearing. We're going to do some sounds and some Christic energy healing or Reiki. And we're going to tune in with the grids and with all that Gaia is, with all that Source Creator is, the highest councils of light. Thank you, councils of light, the star councils, galactic federations. Thank you. The beautiful species within, oh, that's so wonderful. The beautiful species within our oceans. Thank you. And all of the collective on the Most High, celestial energies. For those listening now and future now moments that are part of our own healing teams that assist us in realigning our chakras, releasing any old densities out of our chakras, and then stating with intention for those of you that have never cleared your fields before, your bodies before, or don't do it on a regular basis. If you are holding traumas from childhood that you have not dealt with or resolved, if you will, and we say resolve because much traumas can take more than just 1 or 2 therapy sessions to resolve, because we are multidimensional beings, and those traumas affect us at a multidimensional level. So it's important that we allow those experiences to take part in the greater understanding of who we are. And so I've had some incredible healing sessions with those that have been in our classes and in our groups and private sessions. So I'm very grateful for all of you for assisting me to be the portal for all of you to raise your vibration and release densities. And that comes when we're talking about releasing energies and entities, depending on your experiences throughout life, how you've cared about your body, the beliefs you've had about your body, the occurrences within your body and without your body. All is a vibration. Everything is vibration. Words are vibrations. Sounds and musics are vibrations. Entertainment are vibrations. So anything that you allow your body to ingest or absorb are all vibrations. And then again, depending on how you treat your body and how others treat your body, they're all back to the core experience of who am I? What do I exist within, and what exists within me? And why those traumas are kind of compounding and layered, because we're never ever taught that we are the masters of our multidimensional systems of light, that we get to clear and cleanse and make new and make whole, dealing with the wounds of the inner child, depending on how much trauma and what you've allowed yourself to release and move into. And it's such an incredible, courageous journey, that all those that have experienced trauma, to know that you have much help in the community, many that can be reached out, and resources now on the multidimensional bodies, physical, mental, emotional, etheric, and spiritual bodies, are all affected by various experiences through our systems of separation and limitation, fear, control, and greed. And so all of these energies and all of these vibrational stories that we've all belonged to, they hold impact to who we are as multidimensional beings. But they don't have to, because now that we're awakened, we can choose to step out of those stories, and in the re-owning and reclaiming and rewriting of who we are, calling back our divine sovereignty, calling back the spirit of who we are, living as the soul and the spirit, calling forward all that we are as spirit, then we're not looking outside of us to proclaim our value, to proclaim who we are, to proclaim our validity and our worthiness. It is all coming from the essence of our own self-nourishment, our own self-care, And we get to rewrite the reality program, the realm, if you will, of how our bodies are valued and honored and treasured and nurtured and nourished. And so to the mind and the mental and emotional bodies, all of these experiences must be cleared and healed through acknowledgement, acceptance, and the allowance of all of those traumas. Not to relive the stories because they're vibrational woundings, but just to call that energy forward, say of fear, of being abandoned, being taken advantage of, portrayed in negative or sexually abusive ways. All of those things are traumas to the spirit, to the soul, because we are treasured. We have come here as perfect treasured beings of creation. And because of the systems that we've come from, it's important that we now rewrite those systems, because we are sovereign beings. We are rewriting our landscape from 3D that was very separative, that was very egocentrically driven. A lot of things being hidden under the realms and the veils of illusion. Much of the double standards and the controlling systems that we've all co-created through time. But now it's time for us to kind of step forward and say, okay, enough is enough. Now we're going to step forward into the light of who we are and start reclaiming each and every moment that we can, each and every day, to say today we are claiming ourselves as Christ consciousness. We're claiming ourselves as sovereign beings of light, that we have ultimate say of our bodies, our minds, our spirits, our souls, and we will live joyfully. The vibration of joy, as we've talked about, is the story of God. The joy to create, the joy to feel yourself in creation, the joy to feel yourself moving and traversing in anything, physically, mentally, emotionally, ethically, to know that you're a master of it, that no one experience can hold you down or suffocate you in any one experience, regardless of how painful or traumatic or in suffering it might feel, because some of those traumas are pretty deep. But to know that it's just an emotion that will pass, and there are ways that you can express those pains and those wounds, and by giving its full voice, by acknowledging it and allowing it to be released from your system, and calling any entity and any cord that was attached to it and having it be released with Archangel Michael and the highest archangels. Because sometimes those wounds do come with any attachments or imprints or projections that you can release with it. And nothing is beyond your choosing of your intention, your pure will of who you are, pure heart, pure mind, pure body, and spirit and soul, all that you are with the spirit of Mother, Father, to release what no longer serves you, to release whatever is within you that is causing you that constant reverberation of lack of self and lack of worth. Because in those vibrations just attract other energies and entities and experiences in your reality, negative thought forms and negative thought patterns that just continue to cycle. So this is why it's really important that we devote all that we are and commit to ourselves that, yeah, every day I'm going to take 15 to 30 minutes twice a day, because I'm just going to devote myself to wanting to really feel better. I want to feel better. I want to absolutely know that I have the highest light and the highest radiation of who I am that day. And I get to choose who I entangle with, what energies I entangle with. And I'm releasing all stories that make me feel like I'm confused, or back and forth in stories of drama and blame or shame or guilt. And regardless of whether it's family or friendship circle or societal circles, to really detach yourself from it and clear and cleanse, so that you're not carrying any residue from any negativity that had occurred in any of those situations. And it's really important to care for your body in that way. And when there's really simple and easy ways that you can do that, so that you're allowing yourself to continue the raising of your vibration, to raising the value of your importance, to raise the value of who you are as a being of light, to live as the being of light that you are, because you're worthy of it. And you're the one that gets to say, I'm going to take the lead in my life, and I'm going to be the driver, because I know that I am spirit, and spirit will live through me. Ego cannot sort out in any one moment, what are you going to do with anything that comes before you? Ego can't sort it out. Not where we're going. Our planet is awakening, and there's no going back. We will continually to be bathed in light, and as we're continually bathed in light, those energies will come up for everyone. Every single person without fail will have to understand that as they're being bathed in light, what is coming up from within them must be faced and acknowledged and cleared and healed for the full acceptance of oneself. Anything that comes before you is a part of your own oneness. So accept it. I accept this as a part of my oneness. Now, how is spirit allowing me to transmute and transcend and work around and navigate and be a part of this new healing of our collective? Where's the wisdom in whatever is standing before me so that I can use it and not judge it, which is really, really hard from where we've come from, because where we've come from has been a society of judgment. Your value is placed outside of you. Who you are and what your status is placed outside of you. Divine feminine and the children, you know, those that go through, you know, traumatic experiences, you know, 90% of, you know, rape victims are women. And, you know, the impoverished levels of our country in North America, you know, it's like 1 in 6 and 1 in 8. And so those experiences have little encouragement and absolutely zero, if any, understanding of who we are as spiritual beings, you know, because the societies we're coming from and the belief systems and the patterns and the socioeconomic just environments we've all come from is who we are was based on everything outside of us, and never that we have been grown and we've been birthed in this beautiful experience of Source Creator, that we are all representations and we are all projections of spirit. We are projections and presentations of the heavens. And we have never been told that we are so precious. We've never been told that we are absolute the epitome of all of our health and wellness, that we have absolute dynamic drivership of who we are as beings of light to ever evolve higher and higher. Potentiation of us calling in our own light, of us activating our own light, of caring for our DNA and our cells and our the way that our mental body is ever reaching for higher inclusions of harmonization with our higher mind. And all of this is of our own internal working that we can become in any moment that we're going through a soulful release. When we go through those really, especially now that it's a full moon, anybody that's feeling those really intense experiences, just allow those experiences to move through you, and then journal what you're allowing yourself to move through and release and be a part of something new. Because when you do make those denser releases, you're making room for other aspects of you that are also gifting from your soul, those gifts and those attributes that allow you to live in the highest and the best of who you are. And constantly believing in yourself that, yes, I am dynamic being of light. Regardless of what the outer world is showing you, it's up to us, each and every person, to go within and start changing the vibration from within. Intending that I'm going to raise my consciousness today. I'm a part of something special and I want to be a part of this new experience. Because I know absolutely that in these vibrational stories, they were just cycles of pain and suffering and less than, or competitive stories, or stories of lack and subjugation. And each and every one of us are here to heal it without fail, because we all experience it in our world. Our social worlds, we experience everything. And so are each and every one of us becoming aware of and taking the time to journal and reflect upon, well, how can I make change so that I'm absolutely standing in my light, so that I'm actually presenting to the children, I'm an illumination to the children, that yes, you follow your heart no matter what the outside world says, that you can make your experience of who you are break through the boundaries of what was, and release the ability to play from those smaller roles that said, no, you can't, no, you can't. And you can say, yes, I can, and I will heal my body. Because I'm absolute control in who I am, because I know that I am one with spirit, I'm one with source. So anything placed before you, ego will not know what to do with it. Ego will try and make it logistic. Ego will try and make it fit into the boxes of old world, because that's what the ego does. It just only knows its psyche experience. But it's been overworked and it's been over traumatized because it thinks it has to figure everything out. It just can't. When you're allowing yourself to return to who you are in the epicenter of who you are, you're returning all that you are as a soul. You're living as the soul. You're surrendering as the soul. You're constantly continuing this beautiful portal of light and this epicenter of constant creatorhood with spirit. You're allowing your oneness of spirit, the higher self, your teams, your guides, all that you are as a soul to come forward in your moment for moment co-creation. Surrendering everything that comes before you. What would spirit do in this experience? How would spirit move about and honor and the highest and the best? What would spirit do in this experience? Because you are becoming spirit. You're becoming fifth dimensional omnipresent now. And spirit will show you, see it from this perspective, see it from that perspective. How can this show you this? And how can this show you that? And then you raise your vibration of your mental and the higher body start harmonizing in higher vibrational thought forms. And instead of going through the red bureaucratic tape that says all powers were given away to all of these other systems and outside bodies and outside experiences, no, you say, well, we can just get straight to source the information that we need, and we can create this now without all the red tape and all the bureaucracies that hold people back from service, that hold people back from true care. So they were showing me in this experience that because I was looking into some underprivileged statistics, and some of our issues that we're going to be healing as socio-altruistic, that is 5D, coming out of these really stifling systems where very few are served in the way of our first and highest priority can be seen as we are all beings of light, and we are all beings of infinite potential of love and benevolence and healing and infinite creatorhood. That's where we start. So in that should be the foundation of all purposeful dynamics and systems of healing and systems of co-creation and systems of manifestation, for that is the joy of who we are. We are infinite creators of spirit. That is the manifestation portal, is joy. So in that joy, even if it's something that's traumatic in a healing group for children that have been harmed or abused, begin the infusion of light and the offering of who we are as spirit, the ability to heal and transform, the ability to transcend such experiences that we felt so locked and blocked away in, that were infinitely impossible because the world outside of us was telling us that it didn't matter or nobody was listening, and the bureaucratic energies that we had to move through to get anyone to listen to a story of such undertaking. And so now we can say, well, we can offer these systems and begin at infinite. We can begin at source. We can begin at the creatorhood of who we are as spirit. Who are we? What do we exist within, and what exists within us? And those three will be the epitome of who we are as spirit, and then begin there. That's the infinite offering. And so in these experiences of these children, 1 in 8 and 1 in 6, and all of these children now start to be offered the remembrance and the activation of who they are as spirit. And instead of falling into the brackets of patterning that have been thousands of years in the making, we can now start offering the higher vibrational knowing that, not a pattern, but a knowing that there is infinite potentiation of the light within them and the codes within them to transform through higher vibrational thought patterns. Those thought experiences reach up, and they're nothing like what they were before, because infinite light, that is light language, the Christ consciousness, is an experience of sacred geometry and codes of song and harmonics. And there is no one set pattern, because it changes all the time. Anytime you make a sound, it's different than it was a second ago. And that's what's needed, and that's what's required. And that's how those healing modalities occur, because it's multidimensional. And so they're far more exciting, because when you're faced with those kind of numbers that we have no systems for, and there's no systems yet that have understood the pain and the trauma that goes with mental, emotional, and physical, psychological, sexual, all of the different various ways of trauma that have been occurred through thousands of years of history. Then when people start awakening, that's when the real confusion hits, because now they're sensing other timelines where it seems like this timeline doesn't necessarily have an experience that would amount to that much anxiety or fear. But because other timelines are now being triggered because of those releases that need to be let go of, there's more that is misunderstood in the healing communities, traditional healing communities, because they don't understand the healing process as multidimensional. And so how are all of these children that have been abused and used as trafficking tools, and how are we approaching these experiences to be of honor and respect of them as beings of mastery and light? And how can we use it in the most highest benevolence of, we have so much potential, and begin at infinite. Begin at infinite. Release what our older systems were, because now we're here to create something new. Now we're here to infuse and be a part of these new beginnings of healing modalities that have never been seen or heard before. And there will be many that will say, well, how is that possible? Well, if you understood that all is consciousness, anything is possible. Your consciousness can choose to to bilocate, because you have the remembrance of it from any other timeline that you've ever experienced. You're just in stories of 3D where we don't bilocate. You're in experiences of stories of somebody saying that there is a cancer illness and that it can't be cured. That's the story that you're vibrating in. So many children are taking on these stories, and they're not true. They're not true at all. What story do you want to get stuck within? It's all superfluous. They're just illusions of other people's stories. Well, who says? Who says you got to take it on? You don't. You can be the Christic and angelic star angel that you are, and start vibrating and harmonizing those energies and those intentions and those purity of intentions, the will of who you are, the father and the mother and the child within you, and start living in the vibration of who you are as spirit. That spirit, anything placed before you, spirit will know how to move around, navigate, and transform and transmute it. That's spirit. That's spirit. Ego cannot do that. Ego cannot tell you how to get around the energies of today. Ego will go into fight or flight mode and anxiety and make mountains out of molehills because it doesn't know. It just senses something's different, something's changed, because the reality and the templates are no longer there. So ego is looking for something that feels familiar, but it's not there anymore. See what we're saying? People are wanting to go back to those old stories because that's the only thing that they know, but that's not there anymore. So then we have to realign with the highest version of who we are. I'm infinite. It doesn't matter if I don't know what's going on because I'm absolutely aligned with spirit. Spirit will show me. Spirit will guide me. Are my choices from the heart? If anything comes up of a shadow energy, whether it's jealousy or envy or anger or frustration, then process it as soon as it shows up. Process it and ask any energy and entity that's attached to that to leave your space in your bodies now. Leave your space in your bodies now. Leave your space in your bodies now. And you have the highest heavens that will help you. No energy or entity can ever have control over your consciousness or your choices. Just can't. And you have that authority to say no more. All of these energies that are not serving God, that are not serving the benevolent, out you go. Out. And you ask them politely to leave. Leave my space and bodies. Out. I am of the Christ consciousness and I have absolute control of all that I am as the light. And breathe. And how can we relay and how can we be the emanations of light and the illumination of the infinite? And how can we begin acting and speaking and behaving in the infinite and start there so that every child that walks about this planet absolutely knows and remembers, because they feel the activation in your field, that yes, I am infinite. Yes, I am profound. There is nothing to worry about. You are here for a reason. And you are a beautiful angelic being upon this planet, and your light is needed and your wisdoms are required and your intelligence is all that you are as light, constantly evolving, constantly being the illumination of who you are now as a soul. There is no limitation, dear lighted ones. There's no limitations. So let's call forward any energies in this beautiful sacred prayer. We're calling in the highest beings of holy light. We're calling in the highest beings. And when you approach any daily clearing with, yes, this will be a clearing, and you state it with pride, and you state it with moxie, and you state it with, yes, this is my body. Yes, this is my consciousness. I am in holy vibration of my consciousness, all cells. Opening the pillar of light, and up to the heavens, and you command the space of light. I command this space of light with love and joy and excitement, because my light, I am worthy to call it in, and I'm worthy to make myself over again. Within and without, I am that I am. Anything that is not in the alignment of the highest benevolence. Benevolence means that I act within the light programs, my thoughts, my words, my deeds. And if there is a thought pattern that continues to pull me back, I release it now. I will no longer be a part of that story, and I stand in my center and I choose higher vibrational thought patterns because I can. Because this is the vibrational space that I command. I choose joy, I choose sacredness, I choose enlightenment, I choose to be illuminated regardless of what my past is. I am not my past. I am the wisdom of it. I am not my environment. I am the light within it. And bathe and cleanse and clear your field. And ask the holy creators and the councils of light and the healing angels, please bathe my space and my fields with the highest of holy light. I ask that any energies and any entities and any imprints and projections that have been sent in my way or that I've walked through, please bathe and cleanse and be released from my fields and my bodies now, please, because I can, because I will. I choose to be the vibration of love and light. I choose to be the vibration of happiness and joy, because when my cells are happy, they're healthy. And we've all seen images and pictures of cells that are not happy, cells that are entrenched in darkness and negativity and fear and control. They're very, very harmful to the cells, and they cannot take on that light. And so you stand in this, say, all energies that I am infusing within are absolute light. From the heavens, the rainbow frequencies of crystalline energy, of happiness and joy and our infinite becoming of who we are as spirit. And as I create breath, I create my oneness and my harmony with spirit, because I can, because I am, because I'm one with spirit. I am one with the mother and I am one with the father, and I call my higher self and my soul forward. And I'm releasing all densities from my root chakra, from my sacral, And ground, 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 ground with Gaia. Thank you, Gaia. And breathe up, full body breath. I'm activating my body with greater light, full body breath, not short ones, not little ones, big full body breaths. You want the light, you want the light. Your cells are happy, 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 happy. Cells are happy. My cells are happy. I sing in the happiness of love and light and joy. My cells are happy. My cells are happy. The internal light, my external world. I'm happy, happy, happy. I am love. And breathe. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. And you can feel your body already taking on that higher vibration. You can just feel yourself come into a little bit of a sweat. That means your cells are accelerating and you're releasing any densities within the cells. And we're calling forward any energy or emotion that needs to come forward today that I need to acknowledge and that I need to accept and take it in as my oneness, because I want to be fully integrated. All aspects of me that I might have been in denial of, any behaviors, any shadow energies that I'm working with today, and just be in silence and just listen to the heart space. What is it that I need to approach with gratitude and compassion to show me the fullness of who I am? For I will never ever condemn my shadow, because those shadows allow me to access the absolute opposite in light. And it wants its story to be heard. It wants its story to be told. It wants its story for full inclusion of who you are. And as you include that soul aspect, remember, you're garnering that greater ether. You're garnering that greater light. And that's what you want. You want to feel whole. You want to feel put together. You want to feel, yes, I know who I am. I'm not going to be thwarted by smaller vibrational stories that say I'm less than. No, I'm in full absolute control of my body, my mind, my spirit, my soul, and I am fully Christ consciousness. And I call in the codes of light, and I call in the codes of compassion. I call in the codes of empathy. And I release all judgment, for I know that on all realms and all timelines, we are one. We are one in the spirits. We are brothers and sisters of all that is spirit, to allow each other the soul lessons that we need, to release all anger, to release all shame and blame and guilt. And the vibration I want to focus on is joy, because joy is how I manifest. And as I'm letting go of any energies, I surrender them to the Holy Spirit. I surrender them to all that is spirit, because spirit knows all. Spirit allows me to see all. Spirit allows me to transmute all. Spirit is the alchemy of all, and that is with your pure will and pure intent. I choose in this moment, dear Mother and Father and the Holy Creators, all that is spirit, in the fields above and below and all that is within. If there's any energies within my fields now, bathe it now with light, bathe it now with light, bathe it now with light. I am light, I am light, I am light. Everything within my field that is not divine and sacred, leave now. Because I can, because I can, because I can. I'm in absolute control of my field. All things within and without, I am the Christ. I am love and I am light. And I get to choose how I feel. And I will not be thwarted by energies and vibrations and stories that do not serve the highest vibration of joy and happiness that I am, because I get to choose. I will no longer be a victim. I will no longer be less than or depressed within emotions and stories that are not mine, but I can pick them up because I'm an empath and because I care so much for others around me. And I can just send love and gratitude back to all. And just empower them and inspire that they have their own wisdoms and light within themselves to sort out their own inner child and shadow for the full claiming of who they are. Not to deny it or judge it, but to claim yourself wholly and fully and devote to yourself the higher vibrational reality that we all deserve. And how may we infuse all that we are as a collective right now, a collective right now, a collective right now. We call in the higher selves and the souls and all of those that are with us in the galactic federations and the councils of light. How may we create sacred sound and visions and beautiful stories and beautiful timelines through which we're all dancing and we're singing and we're being the epitome of who we are as light. We are being the manifestation of joy because we all know that we are. And you can feel the excitement from the inner belly. This is the alignment that you know you're one with spirit. This is the inner child coming out to play. And that's where you want to manifest. I choose to manifest a beautiful, healthy body. I choose to manifest love and prayers and benevolence for all of our planet Earth. Because I know that in all gifts that I activate within myself, that I'm also offering it to the whole entire collective for them to be blessed as well. And this is the law of one. That as you release all density and as you care so much and you devote yourself and you are committed to feeling good, you affect the all. You affect the all. You ripple throughout the all realms, all worlds, all galaxies. You affect the all. Your care and your devotion for you to feel good. Your care and your devotion to pray 5 minutes for the earth. To send white light to any collective. To send white light to any political or socioeconomic energy that needs it. Needs the infusion of light, because ego cannot sort its way around where we're going, dear lighted ones. We need to respond as socio-altruistic spiritual beings. The care and the love of all, Who are we as spirited humans? Who are we in our oneness? Who are we in the care for one another? And offer the highest light from who we are from within. We are spirit, start there. We are spirit, start there. You have full acclaim to your body. You have full acclaim to your health. You have full acclaim to how you are joyfully co-creating with spirit, how you joyfully see worlds before you, how you joyfully manifest money from out of anywhere. Because you can. Because you can, because you can, because you can. That's infinite. That's infinite, that's spirit. The vibration of spirit. That's your knowingness. I know you're with me, spirit. I know you're absolutely with me. And just my pure intention to know myself as spirit, I know you're going to show me in all ways and all moments that I am spirit. And I will hear those whispers. And I will absolutely have the alignment of who I am as truth. And I will absolutely have those synchronicities that allow me to take the next step, because I just know the spirit guides me. And every day I surrender ego. Ego, you just surrender and you're going to be along for the ride. But spirit will show us. I trust God, trust spirit, trust the creators. For I've been here many times. And we are here to allow the light and the infinite potential of light that is within the earth to be sown up and to be made that beautiful magic. We are cells and we are beautiful beings of light. We are the cells of the creator. We are the cells of the creator. And the creator is just aching for us to just ask and seek. And here we are for this beautiful dance, but we must ask. We must know ourselves as spirit. We just want to seek that within. We must know that, wow, we're in this beautiful, incredible experience that is omnipresent. We can heal any disease, and we can release any and all energies on our planet that are not divine and sacred, that are unjust. And that the use and the abuse of anyone and anything will never be again. Because we can, because we can, because we can. We can see that reality. We see the light of our reality, where no man is abused, where no woman or child is abused, where no thing is, and nothing, no aspect of life, no aspect of life is disrespected or taken for granted or used as a tool. Because we love and we honor life, because we are spirit. We are spirit. We are so sacred. All aspects of life are sacred. And we get to choose through our own free will. How do we move about life? Who am I? What do I exist within, and what exists within me? Am I the experience and the expression of spirit today? Choose to be the expression of spirit today. I choose to pray for all those that I am in oneness with, and I thank and I love all of you, for you are all reflections of my oneness. And you allow me to know every moment that I can realign with my center and I can change my reality now. Now I can change the reality of my cells. When I wake up tomorrow morning, my body will be new. And I will have new light within my body, and I will have new potentiation of health within my body. And I will be awakened to all of the wisdoms and the skills that are just presenting themselves to me, because I know who I am as spirit. I'm not going to allow myself to live within smaller vibrations of stories that say you're less than, or you're not important. Your words and your speech or your stories or your passion or your mission or your creativity is not needed here, for it absolutely is. Source, absolutely with the highest of purpose, never creates superfluously. There is purpose and meaning and elegance and delicacy and majesty and the most profound experience of extraordinary ism that you are, because you are, because you are, because you are. Make no mistake about it. And don't let anyone or anything project any stories of less than, but you must fall in line with another story that doesn't feel right for you. What is your discernment for who you are? What is your discernment about your body? What is your discernment about your truth? What is your discernment about your happiness and your joy and your value to be the highest version of you today? Because you have it with spirit and the angels all around you. You get to activate that. You get to take that next step on that rainbow bridge that you are creating with spirit. Yes, spirit, I'm going to walk that bridge and I'm not going to know the answers. Because spirit wants you to have these unfolding synchronicities of bliss and joy and miracles everywhere. And there's many that are saying, miracles every day? Of course, miracles every day. When you're connected with spirit, spirit will show you. The little beautiful insects that play with us all the time that we often just step over and ignore or step on because we think they're insignificant. All is significant and purposeful, dear light ones. And we wrote that about in all of our books. Just be in awe of what spirit shows you. When you intend and you infuse with will, I intend all of my heart, all of my soul to just be awake as spirit today. Show me the beauty of who I am as spirit. May it be known in all things, for I am that I am, and I'm healing of thy name. And of thy name, all ancestry and all lineage will come to new life, because I get to say and I get to choose, and because my will is all. Your will is the creator of your reality. What does your will say? Do you understand that you have a will that is aligned with all of your chakras? Do you know that you have a will that is aligned with all realms? Do you know that you have a will that is aligned with all dimensions? Do you know that you have a will that is aligned with all creativity on all things that aren't even known of? We don't even have names for them. The health of your body, the health of your mind, the health of your spirit, the light of your spirit, the capacity that you are able to hold as light. I hold great capacity as light. And breathe. I hold great capacity as light. Now say with greater joy. I hold with great capacity of light because I am joyful. I am the exuberance of spirit. I am the exuberance of love, and I am in full control of who I am and the direction of my life. I get to create new realities. I get to create the dimension of who I want to be within, and how I get to dance, and what I get to dance with, and how I get to experience who I am as light. And everything that comes before me will be an aspect of light because I'm calling it in. I'm saying I am connected with spirit. I am creating all from spirit. My intention is all in love. And I send that love to all realms. I send that love to everything that is of life within the omnipresent, because I am that I am, the expression of the expression, the presentation of the presentation, as is above. And we are the micro macro spirit. So start at infinite, dear lighted ones, regardless of the trauma, regardless of the challenge. How may spirit move around? How may spirit show me to move through this experience? What am I gaining from this experience? And how can I be more of me? How can I use this in benevolence of our people? How can I use whatever I've gone through so that I share my story, so that it becomes one with the people, and that I own and I accept and acknowledge my story? Because it is valid. Because there were so many others that their stories have not been heard of the abuses that they have gone through. And when it seemed that the most insurmountable might not be resolved, and you're working with the heavens, make no mistake about it. When you work with the heavens, miracles occur, and things come out of the woodwork, and the answers will just be resolved. Because that is your knowing of yourself with spirit. When you work with the heavens, that knowingness, I work with the heavens. When I walk with spirit. When I walk with spirit. This earth comes to life. I am connected with the grids. I'm connected with all aspects of life, and all wildlife just comes out to meet you and play with you because you are a part of that story. Because you're the blessedness of the song that is spirit. And that song of spirit is multidimensional. All timelines, all realms, across the planet, we are now in light. We are now in love as the one heart of the human experience that is spirit. Start there. For I am spirit and I am infinite, and this I know. For I am spirit and I am infinite, and this I know. For I am spirit and I am infinite, and this I know. I can transcend any and all ailments, any and all illusions, and any and all limitations, and nothing shall touch my field and my bodies. Nothing shall touch my experience that is not divine and benevolent. And all else, leave this space now, please, and be transmuted by the highest light. Transmuted by the highest love, because I am in charge. I am in charge of who I am. Every aspect and every cell. And I always get a southern accent, and I don't know why. When I get in my place of manifestation, watch it occur. Watch it unfold. Because you take on that eminence of who you are as light. You know who you walk with. I walk with spirit. I walk with spirit. And there's undeniable gentleness and purity. And find that place of undeniable gentleness and purity, for you know that spirit. And now let us close our eyes. And now I just beautifully focus on this 5D earth where all are healthy and all are healed. And you see the vibrations of everyone's consciousness raising. Because when our consciousness raises, illness drops away, and we won't need the experiences of old versions and stereotypes of healings that we used to turn to and give our power to, because we are fully activated in our highest consciousness state. Therefore, our healing comes from within. And there will, of course, be the experiences of our combined healing modalities and combined experiences. So if you want to turn your volume down, she's singing. We're going to pull a rune, and we're going to do an oracle, because this is the weekend. We're going to do a weekend oracle. Thank you, Spirit. And so, Spirit, we want to do some beautiful singing. We're going to tap into the beautiful consciousness. We're awakening the grids. Thank you, Gaia. Please come forward. In the highest holy councils, we're going to call in the highest codes of light and the manifestation of the harmonic song. Thank you, Spirit, for the holy experiences of who we are as Spirit. We're going to start at infinite. We're going to start at infinite. Thank you, Spirit. And breathe. And we activate the pillar of light of who we are as the sacred creators. For we are sacred creators. We are activating a fifth dimensional experience. A fifth dimensional experience in timeline. We will bring beautiful energies and gifts to this earth. We will bring beautiful energies and gifts to this earth. And how? Because we are. Because we are the vessels of beauty. We are the vessels of all the gifts that are Spirit. And we allow ourselves to emulate our blessings of our creative expression, because our creative expression is everything that Spirit is. Everything that Spirit is. I activate Spirit. I am the creative expression. Hai shishia mama kata tiki e shishia mama kata tiki e ya nana tiki ya
Any beings, any aspects of light that would like to come through. Huge crown chakra activation. And so what they were doing there was they were just clicking away the densities that are in the crown chakra. And so you can just do that with intention. Just releasing any densities and calciums from the pineal and from the third eye and the galactic third eye. You are light, you are light, we are light. Holy light, holy light, holy light. We are one. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Is there a message that would like to come through from a consciousness being? Creating joy of who we are as creative beings of expression. Thank you, Spirit. When you are in joy of your creativity, it will show and it will be sensed in every way, for your joy is multidimensional. For your joy rings through all dimensions and all realms. And why Joanna gets so excited, because she can sense her celestial energies that she has left and the codes that she has deposited from other lifetimes through song and sound. And they are meeting her in the omnipresent of now. And for that is the elegance that is Source. For Source understands that each and every one of you have unique gifts. And so the image that they're showing me right now is Source Creator threading our unique perspectives in the omnipresent field for us to connect with higher vibrational light codes, and through our intention to share ourselves creatively and with great passion and joy. So there's much going on that I don't have words for, but they're just showing me. And also those threadings of Source Creator being the threader of all things, the light weaver of all things. And again, these are literal and figurative, metaphorical, mystical, poetic. And also too, threading with those within your collective and all other collectives. For many of you are multidimensional masters of creativity, and you are threading your expressions through other councils through which you're needed of those creative expressions for your missions and your experiences with those councils. And each and every one of you have a different unique expression of joy and sacredness, and why it's so important never to hold back on your creative expression. Every day set time aside for your creative expression, for you are using and you are allowing these to be the threading of you within other collectives and circles, and allow you to raise your vibration, allow you to raise who you are within the collective of who you are, and the experience of who you are, the exhilaration of who you are. For that is joy, for joy unfolds all things. Joy is the understander of manifestation. Joy is the understander of all benevolence. Joy is the understander of all abundance. For you cannot, if you are in the vibration of joy, you cannot create a manifestation of something that is not joy. When you manifest through the vibrational portal of joy, that's what you manifest in any way that the Spirit can give it to you. And they were just showing Joanna how to do that, how that was done. So thank you, Spirit, all of the various experiences that they're showing me in pictures so that I can explain that to you on what I see and sense and feel in the fields of the omnipresent, and how I know
not know. I never know ahead of time what sounds and what songs I'm going to make. It is just when I connect with that thread, that's what comes through. And that is what is done at the multidimensional Christic experience, because Christic energy can see and sense Christic energy to thread it in, calling in that Christic code to thread it and anchor it, calling in that threaded code and code it and anchor it. And this is how it's used in healing as well. The sunshine of who you are is bright. The sunshine of who you are is so bright, and that's where the elegance and the brilliance and the genius of who you are is held within all light that you are. So just shine, dear lighted one, shine. Mama kata the Keshia. Hi, Mama kata the Keshia to the Keshia and then the Kata the Keshia. So they're just saying, many times in which we move forward in our life, we are so used to playing so small because there are those patterns and those systems of stories that just hold you within a character of limitation or a character of I don't know what that word means, subterfusion. I don't know what that word means. Of what they're showing me is just wearing this really heavy cloak that doesn't fit, that doesn't feel good. They're heavy energies that are not yours. They're projections. They're stories of others wanting to make you feel sad and small and little because they're not sure about who they are. Or taking on the social systems and the stories of the social systems, that's not who you are. And this is how the children feel so frustrated, because they understand who they are at the higher consciousness level, and everything that they look within, and every portal and every room of doctrine that they go in is so heavy. Start at infinite, start at joyful. Be alive, dear lighted ones. You are on the most glorious planet of all creation. Be alive with who you are as joy. Start at infinite. Start at the vibration of infinite. Who are you? Do you say your name with great joy? Do you say your name with great pleasure? Do you say your name with great understanding and certainty? This is who I am, and my choices are mine. And this is my story, and I choose to move forward with great light and great will. For I know who I am as spirit. And this is my exploration. I'm so happy to be here, and I can't wait for my day tomorrow. I can't wait for my next moment. I can't wait for this moment now, because now I get to create in the essence of who I am as my fullness. That is the creation of who we are as joy. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. We wish all of you the benevolence of who you are as spirit and joy, because you absolutely know that you are created on far more experiences and far more realms and far more dimensions than you think. For your bodies come in all forms. For you have come in all aspects of your male and female experiences. You have become the essence of androgynous. You have become the essence of oneness again and again and again. And you come back to create the reality of separation so that you can remember who you are and stand in the empowerment of who you are as spirit. Yes, I can move through these experiences of separation, for they are only illusions. And I've come to show others that I can transcend these stories of limitation and fear. And I can stand as spirit, I am infinite. As spirit, I am abundant. As spirit, I am joyful, and joy shall create all. And why not start there, dear lighted one? Why not? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. That's so wonderful. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, there they are. Let's pull around. Just gonna have some coconut water. Thank you, Spirit. What rune's gonna come out? This is for our weekend oracle reading. I'm gonna pull 3 runes. 3 runes for the collective. How's everybody doing? All right. We have our weekly World Ascension class tomorrow. Come and join us, and we talk more with the multidimensional masters and all of the celestial teams that we come with. And we're preparing for the 8 portal. We're so wonderful in our co-creative experiences. Oh, we're just talking about portal. This is the rune. This is the rune of the opening, the torch, associated with the goddess. This is the opening of the goddess. And so this represents the portal and the opening into new experiences. Anything that's opening into something new, the opening of who you are, the opening of your new health, the opening of who you are as joy. It's so wonderful. Of course, it's so beautiful. This is flow. So how are we opening into greater flow of who we are as spirit? So that any problem and any challenge and any suffering is only temporary until that emotion passes, until you've acknowledged that experience within you, whether it be anger, frustration, sadness, disappointment, whatever those emotions are. Allow them to flow through you. Allow them to flow through you. Give it its acknowledgement and acceptance, and get yourself a healing journal, an ascension journal, so that you can log when you're releasing. And you can make sure that on every full moon and new moon, you're doing your appropriate cleansing and purification, cutting all cords. You get to clear out any stories that are karmic that you get to call a closure to, and no energy and no essence can come above your own free will and your own consciousness. You're in absolute control of all of your consciousness, and take ownership of that. And this is the rune of partnership. Partnership, where the experiences of who you are in partnership with spirit above all and before all. So, and may no thing come between you and spirit. And honoring that you are one with spirit above all and be all, because it can never be separated. It can never be overridden by any other consciousness or any other being. And anything that, any energies, and this is where we're all healing on our planet, because some of them are very deep and some of them are not that pleasant. In the stories that we have created from other timelines of control, other timelines of devastation and things like that, those things will be activated. And why, when we hear of those stories of anything to do with subjugation or oppression or depression or suppression, know that within the partnership of who you are with spirit, that spirit would never ever say or ask or do anything that is outside of your own free will to ever have anything come between you and that which is love. So to ever place any other body or any other experience in ways of harm or neglect or control or handing over control or permission or word or speech to anyone or anything. And because that is the free will and the sovereignty of who we are as spirit. And to know that you have absolute sovereignty to be in full partnership with you as spirit. And we'll show that again. So you as spirit. So the partnership with you as spirit. And when you're in full partnership of who you are with you in spirit, then you absolutely know in all that you are as an interdependent being and a sovereign being of light, then you're absolutely ready to call in those equal partnerships that are also at that same vibrating level, through which no one will ever ask any more of you. No one will ever, play those games of control and manipulation over energy and love and money and whatever the games that were played in those karmic cycles, because you've learned those lessons. You've learned how to stand sovereignly in who you are, and you are in a partnership with you in spirit, above all and be all, because that is your highest guidance, your highest counsel. And so you absolutely know that anything that's placed before you that is out of alignment of that partnership with spirit, that you will absolutely know the greater flow and the greater opening into something better and greater. And so that's beautiful messages from our runes today. So that's beautiful and wonderful. Thank you, Spirit. And we're going to pull a dun dun dun. Oh yeah, let's pull these ones. These ones are really nice. Got like 8 decks on my on my sofa. So what's everybody doing? You can have barbecues this weekend. Barbecues, getting together, picnics at the beach. Get out there with Gaia. Put down in the comments. Put down in the comments. What are you doing? I hope your classes went well. New teachers, new guides, new leaders. I know who you are. I know you, because you're my clients. Get out there and teach. You awesome teachers. Awesome teachers and masters you are. I know who you are. Oh, look at this one. Just came flying out. Didn't I say so? Did I not say so? Spirit called it. The Light Priestess. Galactic wisdom, cosmic rituals. Because you know them. And what a perfect night. It's the full moon tonight. Everyone, I think it's in Aquarius. Oh my gosh. You absolutely have to do a ritual tonight. Absolutely. Just go through those gates. See those gates. Go through the gates, darling. The galaxy is listening and hearing, where you absolutely start picking up your wisdoms from your galactic timelines. And that's why you just wake up knowing something that you didn't know the day before, or you just remembered something or started having these visions of other worlds and off worlds. That's your soul coming in for integration with your human body, because you're more than who you thought you were. We've written about it in all of our books. Our books are online, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, free Ascension books. Come to our classes, private sessions, coaching packages, whatever else I offer, webinars, ceremonies, land activations, shamans, What did I just say? Did I just not call that healing of the earth? Did I just not say that? We're sending out love and light to the earth and all those that honor it and love it and respect it and value it. For earth is our home, dear lighted ones, and she is graceful. Be it in the grace of the body of the Holy Gaia. She knows our name. She knows each and every one of you. Speak with her. Listen to her. Sing with her. Whisper with her. She's a beautiful, graceful goddess, and she is always the grandmother and mother of who you are. You've been with her many, many times. One more final card. Thank you, Spirit. The highest experience of who we are as beings of light. Start at the infinite, dear lighted ones. Start at the infinite. And how it's so important in the emotional body to understand that we are all aspects of transmuting and evolving life. We can't evolve unless we're absolutely owning, acknowledging all the wounds that we've ever taken on from this timeline and all others, that 51% of our own karma that we're here to clear. And why living and choosing from the heart is so really important, because it allows us to always stay in alignment with our life force and not take on any energies that are not in the highest and the best. So, and I know that those that are telepathic, those that are psychic, and those that are empathic, when you're first awakening and you absolutely have access to all of the thought forms that are in the collective, you're walking through malls or you just have those in your house that are in old vibrational patterns of who they are, you can often feel, really overwhelmed by all of the negative thought that's going on. And so just know that that's because you're able to sense it and feel it and just send light to all of those thought forms and just say those energies and those thoughts don't belong to me. I am a divine sovereign light. You just return to center, return to your life force. Because when you're being nourished by your life force, nothing outside of you is ever needed. You can be nourished fully by source, and you don't need anything outside of you. And any thought or any energy or any entity that tells you anything different that is outside of that partnership with source, you absolutely know is not of your highest benevolence. So use discernment. Any group or any energy or entity that tells you anything that is in disrespect or harm of any other, any aspect, or any negativity or any darkness, you absolutely know that those are energies and thought forms that are playing in the fields and in the astral experiences. And you just ask it to leave. I'm not playing with those energies today. Because there might be something in your field that's calling that energy in, just for you to acknowledge, so that you know your mastery and you can transcend it. It doesn't have to be, the betrayal and fear over it. And tell your children that too. Tell your children, if you hear or sense anything in your field or any thought patterns or thought forms that are negative or asking or telling anything destructive about you or your body or another, you absolutely know that those are energies that are not of your highest benevolence. So ask them to leave. You have absolute free will. The law of the universe is free will. Leave thy space and thy body now. Archangel Michael, bless me with light. So stand in your power. Stand in your power. We are the benevolent holders of this gorgeous planet. We are the benevolent holders. All that is not benevolent, all that is not in our highest and in our best, all that is negative and not of our highest health and wellness, we have the right to ask it to leave. So stand in the power and do it with grace and do it with compassion. Because the energies don't know. They're just sensing the thought forms that have been picked up that are in your field that have not been cleared. And so that's how vibration works. So it's really important to understand your fields, clearing your fields regularly, doing the chakra meditations regularly so your chakras are staying well balanced and cleared, and just call in the angels every couple hours. Can I ask the angels to come in and help me realign my chakras? I'm clearing them out of any densities and any harmful energies that are in my space right now. And just use sound to clear out the space, and use sage and open up the door and ask all energies to leave. And this is really key for those families that are going through transitions. And you've got to work through those really intense emotions. And just once a week minimum, just sit and, just spend 15 minutes sending love and light to your space and asking the healing angels and the Sophia dragons to come in and do cleansing with your space. And get used to, I do it every day, and just sending, various collectives like the oceans and the waters and anything that you're really passionate about, because it helps with your heart chakra, building the light and the power of your heart chakra, building the light and the power of your ether, to be in connections with those with the highest light councils that are also assisting you in honoring those codes that are coming down and anchoring it to the collective, so that the more light consciousness we carry as a collective and individuals, then those entities that move through, the vibrations of pain and suffering, will not have access to touch the joy and the frequency of our purity. And so it's all about vibration. They're rarely not connecting because, it's a personal thing. They're just sensing the vibration. That's why it's really important. What is my core vibration today? I want to feel really good about who I am. I want to be in joy. And just spend a few minutes just working on your body and your vibration, your cells. I feel really good. I feel really good. And just speak to yourself. I feel really good. I'm going to make myself laugh today. What is funny? I'm going to make myself laugh today. I want to be in joy because it's up to me to give my cells joy. I'm not waiting for anybody to bring joy and happiness to me. I get to do it right now. I'm going to bring joy. And I'm going to actually visualize everybody that is sick and everybody that is ill. I'm going to visualize seeing everybody laughing and being joyful, because their joy makes the world more joyful. And therefore, all of those energies and entities that are calling in any harm to anybody and any child and any person, of darkness and density to create anything that is harmful to any other or our planet, is just released from this planet now, released from this planet now, released from this planet now. But we have the right to walk upon our planet that is beautiful and pure and sacred. And we release all stories of subjugation that call in such energies. We release all stories of our other timelines where we were victims or subjugated or slaves, and all of those energies that are coming up for our planet to resolve and heal. And we just release them. Choose to release this story. Choose to release this story, and I choose to realign with love and light. For I am free and I'm liberated, and I am who I am. I am healing thy name. And I wish and pray all that they heal in their own name, in their own time, in their own way. For each have their own unique experience with Source. And no one's truth is above another truth. So seek within for what feels good for you. These are our own unique expressions through my path of ascension, what I've been able to see and sense and feel. But it certainly isn't a dogma of truth at all. These are the expressions so that you know who you are as infinite, that who you are as consciousness of light and spirit, that who you are as beginning your path of exploration of 5D, and how you're able to create it and heal it in all ways. And if you feel and if you have any sensations and connections with children, just pray and visualize that they absolutely become their highest and their best. So instead of worrying about your children, instead of being concerned about your children, and directing them on what you think they should do, just see them as their highest and their best. See them coming to their highest benevolence. See them moving through their life with mastery. See them moving in the highest creativity of who they are. See them interacting with themselves as spirit. Therefore, you're building the inner light of who they are and returning all that power back to who they are as self-guided masters, not to give their power away to anything outside of them. Then they stand in their power when they're absolutely meant to make those self-defining character moment decisions, and they absolutely know what feels right and what doesn't feel right. Because we're all here learning and remembering how to be masters. So discern, does this feel right for me? And anything that comes through in your field that is of negative vibration, then just allow it. Say, I acknowledge that vibration, but I'm not going to take it on as my own, and I release it now. Because I can transmute it. My light is so powerful. And I'm going to see every child transmuting their own energies that come to them, because they are masters, and I see it and I know it and I feel it. Because we have the right to walk on our planet, and this planet is made of light, and she's been so gracious and patient with us. And this is the promise of our 5D, and each of us have a role. You're so important, and we love you so much. So namaste to each and every one of you. For the God in me sees the God in you, and we see the spirit in all things. And may love and joy and happiness and great laughter reign over our beautiful planet. May each and every one of you take the lead to create your own miracles, and to know that infinite is where you begin. Thank you, dear lighted ones, and we love you so much. Namaste. Bye. Don't forget rainbow tickles. Bye.